up, everybody? What's up? This is what I need y'all to do. You know she getting geared up for that back to school giveaway. And what's been discussed is going to the city, getting a permit. That's how I did when my husband died. I went and got a permit and we shut the street down for celebration. We're gonna have, well, this is what's been proposed. Uh, a giveaway. She want to do a whole food thing, um, like we did for the out of school, end of school giveaway. Since this is supposed to be bigger than what we thought, just like when we gave those parties out there by the Kramer Roof, and anybody that was a participant, because back then y'all ain't had no children then. Y'all was just living life, being teenagers and whatever, young adults. But you do remember that security was strictly enforced. We ain't never gave anything big and not had paid security. That's the difference. Paid security there. So that's what I want to talk about. We're gonna have for sure Macomb police out here. Cause I don't take no fucking chance with no children's life. I'll take and pay just like we did when we were giving those parties. Same thing. Those police officers got $120 just for showing up, and I still have the application. So anyway, you come out here and you think you're gonna be with some bullshit, kicking this shit off, it ain't gonna go down easy for you. Cause this ain't that type of house. We don't have no hang at your house, because I'm the same level as the children. No, I'm not the same level as no children. I'm not the same level as no child. I'm not gonna let them pull me down to their level. Cause a child will try to do that. Make y'all be on the same level. No, never. Never. I hardly even joke with a fucking child. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be serious nowadays. So anyway, piggybacking off what Goody Goodies is doing, yeah, they'll have a lot of festivities out here. She's talking about doing a lot of things, feeding them, giving away, and getting ready. But we're gonna do it safe. We're gonna do it safe. So that's what I came to say. Then under this live, because she's talking about 100 kids. 100 kids is a lot of kids. We probably did for the giveaway. We probably did about. It felt like 100, but that's because that was a lot of little components, especially during that nacho cheese, because everybody came with their own special order and everything. But up under here, if you think you may need assistance, put your name under here and how many kids you have. She's talking about 100 kids. Like I said, I didn't always have and I don't always have now. You know? I don't always have now. But if I have to give, I'm going to give it. That's just how I am. I'm from New Orleans. That we just gave. We stayed giving. That's just how we are. We so sweet. We such sweet people. Such sweet human beings, my New Orleanians. But anyway, put your name up under here and how many kids you have. Because I needed help. I needed help when I was raising mine. As a matter of fact, this lady whose name I did not mention, I've mentioned everybody else's names on the live that helped us, but Miss Sheila, and if I'm not mistaken, Miss Sheila Mitchell, about 3 years ago, I had just had brain surgery, I had just had brain surgery. See, a lot of people don't know what all I done been through since 2020. From 2020 to 2024, I've had a blood transfusion, and that's when I had lost all my weight. And I'm thinking I'm going through menopause, and just didn't know I was dying. I was bleeding out. Didn't even know. So they took care of that. Then I think a year later, or a year and a half later, I had to have brain surgery. And one thing about me, I pay attention to my body. Always have. Always have. I could always have. I don't play about my body. And I had noticed that I was wiping my nose a lot. Well, then something came over me, and I noticed all the tissues on the stand. I was like, oh, I'm getting like my grandfather. Always wiping my nose. What's going on? Anyway, I lay down in the bed, and I get up, and it'll always come dripping out of this nose. And I do it again, and I try to get up, and I try to get it to come out this nostril. It was clear fluid leaking. Clear fluid. So it kept happening. It happened for a while. And then I went on Google, and I said, why do I have liquid only leak out of one side of my nose? And you know what Google told me? Because you have a hole in your skull. You have a hole in your skull. And at that time, Maria Banks, she had to have brain surgery, but she had some serious stuff. They had to cut all the way up the back of her head and everything. They had to go in with her, with that spine, that thing was growing into her neck, something like that. I understand what I'm saying. But anyway, so Google said I had a hole in my head. So I went to my doctor. Just a regular doctor's visit. I did not rush to a doctor or nothing, even though I knew what it was saying, but I didn't know how serious it was. And I told him, Dr. Rena Jordan, I said, Dr. Jordan, before I leave, let me tell you something. And I told him what the little thing was. I said, and I Googled it, and they said, I have a hole in my head. Look, I just got stars. Thank you, Andy Thomas, for some stars. Hi, Charles. Can you send some stars? We'd appreciate it. Anyway, I told my doctor as I was leaving out the door, and I told him, and he looked so serious. He said, why you not looking afraid, or whatever the case may be? Because I told him what the Google said, that I had a hole, and he pointed right here. He said, if it's leaking out this side, you have a hole in your head on this side. Sure enough, he did a referral, sent me on out there to Hattiesburg. Hattiesburg tried to work on me, and ran back and forth, had me do a collection of the liquid that was coming out, because you know they gotta believe that was really is not mucus, but it's actually the cranial spinal leakage. And you know, if you lose all the fluid out your brain, oh my, you'll be dead as a doornail. But anyway, that lady fed me. That lady brought food right here. So I want to thank Miss Sheila Mitchell. But always want to thank people who help you, who, you know, whatever the case may be. Because like I said, I can't afford everything. I'm going to try to do what I can, but we can't do it all. I don't have no kids in school, but I'm going to still give. Somebody got on my page and was like, no, because I give to the wrong people. Hey, we all have bad experiences with giving. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I had put on that live a long time ago that I had to pray and ask God, who should I give to? And how should I give to him? And what should I give to him? Because sometimes you'll give and then you'll be like, oh man, I shouldn't have given him this. And that's why I always say we got to give from our hearts. But anywho, it's going to get done. We're going to have fun doing it. We're going to be tired. But I just want y'all to know, we don't play that over here. We're going to have the real police out here. We're going to have off-duty security like we always did. And we're going to pay them. And we're going to pay them. And we're going to pay them. Because if y'all remember over at the Kramer Roof, we had Macomb off-duty police officers, paid off-duty police officers. And somebody had to get tased. I never did, you know, remember, because things be going fast when you're trying to watch people, kids and this, but ain't nobody never got hurt at none of our functions. Never. God be the glory. Anyway, so we're gonna have this. They're gonna have jumping jacks and giving away stuff, and they're blocking off the street. They're gonna have a DJ out here. Um, what else? What else? I think that's about it. I can't think of nothing either. Hi, Mr. RW. You ready to give? If you're not ready, that's all right. It'll come a time. Sitting out here enjoying being retired, because I am definitely retired. I am definitely retired. Anyway, thank you, India Thomas, for the stars. That's my daughter, y'all. That's my daughter, but it all starts at home. It all starts at home. Y'all be blessed. If y'all have any kind of ideas of what need to be happening, I put a suggestion box up there. Um, we always looking for ideas and for people to chime in and volunteers. Hey, it's just not about a monetary thing, because this is going to be something big, and we all going to need volunteers to come out here and come help. Because let me tell you, those children wasn't playing with them hot dogs and chili, and don't give me no chili, and give me this on it and that on it, this on it, that on it. And we, you always learn from past experiences. And I know for sure and for certain that we should have had 2 stations set up. But you live and you learn. Everybody got service. And they might have waited, and they didn't care because we had music going. But you always want to do better, always want to get better, do better, get better. Then I thought it would be so nice if some of those guys, because I got a lot of sons too, take those kids right around the corner to the park and do a baseball. That would be so nice. You don't see nobody playing no baseball just for fun. Jumping rope, playing jacks, shooting marbles. Y'all know this time done changed. But if you raise your kids like we were raised, then you don't have such a problem. But we have to introduce and pull those other kids in who didn't have all that guidance, who didn't have no directions. We got to show them it's a different way than always being thugged out. It's a time for all that. It's a time for all that. Then, ladies, I want to tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. This is trending. I don't know what kind of men they got out there that's calling themselves men, that's treating these ladies any kind of type of way. That's not cool, man. That's not cool. Y'all got to take y'all roles back as men. You know what I'm saying? Be the head and not the tail. And I know things done changed, times done changed, circumstances and situations done changed, where you got to kind of be, 50-50 on everything. But no matter which way it go, I don't care how aggressive I am on this thing, I'm going to be submissive to a good man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be able to listen and hear a good man, a man who has wisdom, and a man who's trying to lead with good ideas and this and that. It's okay to be a good follower just as well as it is to be a good leader. But ladies, don't let these men tell y'all all this old crazy stuff that y'all see going on. First they was like, okay, ain't no woman good enough for them. Then the BBLs, all women is stinking. You a motherfucking lie, whether you got a BBL or not. Then the women is this and the women is that. And they don't want no women. Well, let me tell you something, ladies. Y'all keep hearing a man saying this and that and always downgrading on a woman. And then you need to start going through some of these niggas' pages, some of these men pages, and see what in the hell they thinking, what they thinking. Because you best believe what I put on my page, that's me. I be having fun. Because it's the shock. It's the shock. Sometimes I know I put some stuff on there that was shocking all y'all, because it shocks in all Facebook. They be shocked and in all. They try to get me almost every day. Facebook try to shut my page down, and they the ones paying me. You know what I'm saying? But it's some of the stuff that I use that be kind of close, but they still using that algorithm from way back when, from at least about 14 years ago. So when I take and dispute it, and they always want you to appeal whatever decision they be done made. When I dispute it, I always win. I'm telling you, it's not a time I have not won. With all those pictures that I post on there, and I post every day, all day, because that's what I get paid to do. So you see, that's why I be telling y'all, whether y'all do it, whether y'all don't, I'm good. I'm good. Because a lot of people like not giving to you because they think you need. Well, I do need, but I ain't going to beg. I ain't going to beg. I just treat everybody accordingly, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I could talk about a lot of things on this thing. I don't know why I can't do that with YouTube. And my YouTube is popping. My YouTube channel is popping. Way faster than this one is popping. Anywho, y'all take care of yourself. Look out for somebody else. And be blessed. Bye.